I have a slide with me, okay, regarding Jmeter. Regarding Jmeter. So the first few slides you will be seeing is totally the basic concept of performance testing, and then you can see all the slides regarding Jmeter. Okay. So first thing is like, what is performance testing? Okay. So performance testing is nothing but a non-functional testing. Okay, we have two kind of testing, right? As you are in the testing background, the functional part and the non-functional part. With performance testing doesn't cover the functional part. That means if anywhere any functionality is a bit broken, if the data is not correct or like that, we are not bothered about that. All we bothered about how the performance of the application is, how the system is behaving, how the application is behaving with respect to the application response time or stability, or like application throughput, all of these things. Okay, so performance, the basic definition of performance testing is a non-functional testing which is designed to determine how an application behave with respect to user load. User load means the end users, like you log into an application called, let's say, Facebook. So in Facebook there are millions or billions of users, right? So with all of these users logging in at the same time, how that particular application Facebook is going to behave under that much of user load. Okay, here you can see it's written under a particular workload. Workload means here nothing but the user load, number of users. Okay, and during this particular performance testing process, we are also going to measure the response time, measure the application throughput or the server statistics with respect to resource utilization, like CPU utilization, memory utilization, or JVM, database monitoring. All of these things will be part of performance testing. So our main objective is to find out the exact bottleneck of the application, where exactly the issue is. That is our main objective in the performance testing process. Okay. Any question on this one?
No, the basics I
Okay.
know. Anyway, you can continue.
Okay. Okay. So as you can see here, there are different types of performance testing. So the first and the basic is the load testing. Okay, load testing is nothing but you are loading your application, or you are running a performance test with an average or a peak number of user load. Like any application has a production log, right? So from the production log, you can identify that how many users in a business day the application is getting. Okay, so that is the, so we can average it out. That will be the average load testing, and we can also find out the peak number of users for any particular business day. Then we can perform the peak load testing. Then second one is a stress testing. Stress testing means you are going to gradually increase the number of users into the application until the application breaks down. So once the application breaks down, you will say that that is the breakpoint of my application. That much amount of users my application is going to support. If we want to support more than that, either we have to scale up our system, add new CPU, add more memory, or either vertical scaling or horizontal scaling, or add a new physical server, like that. Okay. Next is volume testing. Volume testing is nothing but we are going to test the application with the database being loaded with a huge amount of data. Normally, when we will do any kind of performance testing with respect to load testing or stress testing, the database volume will be not much. it will be on average. Whatever will be in the production, it will be like that only. But in the case of volume testing, what we will do, we will make the number of data or number of rows in the database in a huge amount, and then we are going to test the application performance, how it is behaving under that much amount of data in the database. Next is endurance testing or soak testing. Endurance testing means you are going to see, how stable your application is. If you are going to run your application for a longer period of time, let's say for 8 hours, 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, like that, then how your application is exactly behaving, whether it is able to sustain up to that much amount of period or it's going to get broken. So endurance testing is nothing but if we run the test for a longer duration and also to find out if there is any memory issue or any resource leakage issue in my application. Like my memory, there might be a possibility of memory leak if the application can run for a longer period of duration. So that is the main purpose of the endurance testing. And the last one is the spike testing. Spike testing means, let's consider an example. Uh, in Durga Puja or in Diwali, Flipkart, Amazon gives you, a kind of sale, right? So, and they will let you know that at exactly 1 o'clock you are going to get the discount of 15% or like that. So what you can see is that from morning to up to 12:59 p.m. the application user load, the number of users into the in the Flipkart or Amazon is normal, but at exactly 1 o'clock the number of users are going to get really high, and when the offer, when the sale is over, it's going to get down. So a certain spike, you can see from the diagram itself, a certain spike, then it's going to get down. So this kind of testing is also a part of performance testing to see the behavior of the application under a huge user load for a very minimal duration. That is a spike testing. Any question on this one, Indrajit? Are you able to understand, or you are? No.
No,
I
I'm
guess you
with
are already
conversation
familiar.
Yeah. That's why if you could have directly means go for the Jmeter, it would have been more beneficial to me because all this.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, so you know already all these things, right? So
Yeah,
I'm
all these
not
basic.
going to
Yeah.
go. Okay. So I'm not going to bore you with all these things. I'll directly go into the Jmeter part. So here are
Yeah.
few load testing tools that you can see, that load runner, Jmeter, RPT, new load, VSTS, etc. Okay. So then I think you also knows a bit of Jmeter, isn't it?
Yeah, bit of.
Okay. So what I will do, I will not bore you with the slides. Okay, I will directly go into a real example if that is fine for you.
Yeah. If you have the Jmeter installed, say for example, you can simulate few load and analyze the graph of the stuff.
No, not right now. I will not directly go into the analysis or the execution part. First of all, we have to go through the scripting part. Then we can go into the execution and analysis part.
Yeah. What?
Do you have okay? Do you have any experience in the Jmeter scripting? Like parameterization, correlation, all those things?
A bit, very bit. That too also long before I've almost forgot.
Okay. No issues. Just let me know. Let me know what all things you know, so that I will not go into that detail into that part. I will just go into the overview part. Like you just told me that you already know the basics of performance testing, so I'm not going to bore you on that one like that. Okay. So
Yeah.
Jmeter, yeah. So Jmeter, obviously it's an open source tool. That's why it's very popular in the market. But the first, I mean, the most important tool, load testing tool or performance testing tool in market is load runner. Okay. Jmeter is a
Yeah,
second
yeah,
one. Okay.
exactly.
So, hmm. So Jmeter is an open source tool. I'm going to let you know how from where you can install the Jmeter. You just need to search like normal thing in Google, download Jmeter. Okay. Uh,
Mhm.
from jmeter.apache.org. From here you can directly download. The latest version is currently Apache Jmeter 3.1. Okay, you have to download the zip file over here.
Mhm.
Okay, I already have the Jmeter downloaded, so I will not waste my time on the
Yeah, yeah.
download part.
Okay.
Okay, so I will directly go into the okay. So the most basic condition of Jmeter to run in your Windows platform is that you must have Java and JDK in your
Mhm.
system. Okay. So you can download the latest version of Java from internet, obviously. Okay. Then
Mhm.
I mean, just to just to check whether the Java is installed in your system or not, what you can do is just you can
Yeah, yeah.
write Java minus version. Yeah, Java minus version. You will get the latest version. That is the version number is 8 and the update number is 111. Okay, so I have the latest version with me. So once you download your Jmeter file, it will be a zip file. You can go directly into that. You have to go to the bin folder, and from here you have to open the jmeter.bat. It's a Windows batch file. You just have to double click on the on this file to get it open. Okay, so I'm just going to double click on this file and it's going to open the Jmeter GUI. Okay, wait for a few minutes. It's going to be downloaded. Okay, so I'm using the version number is Apache Jmeter 3 and the market, the latest one is 3.1. So there's not going to be much change in that. Okay, only few
Yeah.
basic changes will be there, I guess.
No issue.
So you can see this is the GUI of JMeter. Okay, there are two basic part in here. One is the test plan, another is the workbench. Okay, what you can see here, the right pane is called the tree view. Okay, right now you cannot see anything like a tree, but gradually when we are going to work on a script, you can see the structure of a tree in the right pane. Sorry, in the left pane. And in the right pane, this is the controller. That means uh, it will show you the details whatever you are selecting from the left pane. Okay, like if I select the test plan, it will show me the details of it and so on. In the test plan, what do I mean by test plan? Okay, like for let's take any, like you do the manual testing, right? There are various test cases, like for any banking application, what you can do is you first of all you need to uh, log into the application. Then the scenario is like you have to create a new account for a customer. So you first have to log into the application, then like enter all the details of your like name, details, blah blah blah. Then you click on the create new account, and then once the account is created, you have to log out from there. That is one scenario. Second scenario might be you have to transfer certain funds to some other parties, like online transaction. That might be second scenario. The same flow: log in, do some online transaction, log out, like that. So all these things, all these scenarios are called as a script in performance testing, or in Jmeter, those things will be called as a thread group. And all of this combined together, all of this script combined together makes a test plan. Are you able to get my point?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to create my first script in here. So what you need to do, you have to right click on the test plan, click on add, click on this one, the threads, and click on the thread group. Okay, thread group here, user is called as a thread. Okay, one virtual user is called as a thread, and here the thread group is nothing but a simple test case or a performance script. Okay, there are various fields here, like number of users, ramp up time, loop count. I will go into detail later, not right now. I will I mean, when we are going to run any performance test, then only I will show you how these things matter to us. For now, I will just create a, I will try to record one script and then show you how we are going to customize the script, and then we are going to run the script. Okay. So the first thing is that we have to add a thread group in here. Okay. Once you add a thread group, our next item will be, we have to click on the workbench, right click on it, and we have to record. I mean, we have to launch the application, we have to do some navigation, all of these things, right? So we have to first of all record our script. So for that we have to first of all add a test script recorder. We have to add a recorder so that we can record the application, whatever we are going to perform on that. So how we can do that? We have to go to the workbench, right click on that, add non-test element, and then HTTPS test script recorder. Okay, there are certain things in here. I will explain you what are these important things in here. Okay, so first of all, the port number on what port Jmeter is going to listen to the application. The port number is by default 8888. You can change this port number also if you want, but for now let it be. There are some other things like target controller or grouping. I will go into those details a bit later. First of all, our first work will be just record an application. That's all. Okay. So for now, do not bother about these things. I will just leave it be like that. Okay. So I'm going to open an application in my Firefox browser. Okay. So to first of all, to record any application in Jmeter, like you have to launch any application from any browser, right? Like for example, I'm going to use the Firefox. So you have to make certain changes to record any particular application. Please be informed, or please be notified that these settings are very much important to record any application via Jmeter. You have to go to this settings, go to the options, go to the advanced part, go to the network, go to the connection settings. Sorry?
Change the port number, I think.
You have to manually configure the proxy. You have to give here as localhost, and the port number is 8888. Okay, you cannot record your application with your internet being open. So you have to record your application by giving the proxy as a local host, and the port number is same as whatever it is being displayed over here, 8888. Okay, and
Okay.
I'm going to select, sorry,
Uh, Here where you're going to put the port number?
here. Okay, okay, let me uh, first of all click on the menu bar, go to the option, go to the advanced, go
Yeah.
to network,
Mm.
go to settings, then select the manual proxy configuration.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to go to the HTTP proxy and give it as a local host.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and select the port number here as 8888.
Okay, okay, got
And
it.
this one is only for HTTP based application. If the application is using any SSL, the secret socket layer, I mean for HTTPS application, for those also you have to use the same proxy. So you have to check this option. Use this proxy server for all protocols. Okay.
Achha, one thing I would like to interrupt. That when you're going to go use say different browser like Chrome or IE, the same configuration changes I think it need to be done,
Same,
or from
same,
here.
same, same, same. What you have to do, you have
Okay.
to, this is Google Chrome, okay? You have to go to the menu bar,
Yeah, got it.
go to the settings, okay? Okay. Then localhost 8888 and all. Click on OK. I have one like test application. You might be knowing about that, not sure.
Yeah, any can you go through any website, say Yahoo or like that, as a test URL?
Yeah. I'm just going to an particular application so that it will be like very much easy for you to understand. Okay, it's a test application. Okay,
Yeah, new
I
test.
will. Yeah, it's a, it's just a test application. You can do whatever manual test, automation test, performance testing over here. Okay, there are lots of bugs in this particular application, but it's good for the beginners actually.
Yeah, battery is low. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to give me 1 second. Okay, so there are few things that I will not tell you right now because then you are going to be overloaded with it. Okay, like here's you can see URL patterns to include, URL patterns to exclude. Those things are very important for any Jmeter script. Okay, if you want to certain pattern to exclude from being recorded, or if you want to certain pattern to include, like all the image files or JavaScript files or CSS files, okay, I mean those things also are a very important part of your response time. Okay,
Yeah.
if you just
One thing,
request. Mhm.
just
Yeah,
interrupting
please
once.
go ahead.
It's a Java-based supporting applications. This tool, JMeter.
Yeah, yeah, true.
So if it will work, this tool will work for other applications, means other softwares also, whether like .NET, C hash.
Yes, yes. Anything, any technology you can use. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether your application is Java based or .NET or whatever technology you are going to use. Doesn't matter. You can record any application from JMeter. Okay, but certain applications like the applications which are Flash based. Okay, like in the background, add a Flash player needs to be run. So those applications Jmeter cannot support. Okay. For those applications, you have to go for load runner. Okay. There are various protocols in load runner. You have to use some specific protocol in load runner to record those applications. So, but normal Java or .NET application you can support. Okay. Jmeter has certain limitation. That's why it's an open source tool. Otherwise, it also be a licensed version. Okay. Okay, so what I was saying is that these URL patterns are very important. This URL patterns means certain URL you want to exclude from your script to being recorded. Like let's say any JavaScript file. I mean, if you launch a page, there will be various images, videos, various CSS files, various JavaScript files to be executed. We do not, if we do not want to record all of these things in our script, we can exclude those non-HTML resources, I mean those resources from our script to being recorded. Otherwise our script will be huge. It will be huge. I mean, it will be nearly impossible for to figure it out for you to, I mean, what are the important requests that we are going to look at. So for those things, we have to exclude certain pattern from here. Okay, so how we are going to exclude those image files or JS files to being recorded? You have to click on add here. Okay, then you have to write a simple regular expression for each of the URL. Like if you want to if you do not want to record any .jpeg files, what you could do is dot star. Are you familiar of regular expression a bit?
Yeah, a bit.
Okay. So what you have to write, I will first write in the notepad, then I will just copy and paste it in here. These are very important for Jmeter recording part. Okay. Dot star. Dot star means dot means a single character in regular expression. Star means any number of times for that particular character or any other thing. Okay. I mean, let me give you one example, then you will be able to understand. Let's say we have something like that, facebook.com slash let's say Indrajit dot jpeg. Okay, and sometimes let's see up to that only. So we want to exclude this particular URL to be recorded in Jmeter because we do not want unnecessary things in our script to be recorded. So what we can do, we have to write dot star, then dot star will be up to that. Dot means a single character and star means any number of times. So only this two character is going to cover up to here, Indrajit. Next is dot jpeg. Okay. Now this dot is a special character. Okay. This is the extension. This is the extension of the image file. So you have to keep this dot. So to make Jmeter understand that this dot is a special character, not this facebook.com or this colon, you have to, I mean, use this backward slash in here, then dot jpeg. Okay.
Front slash.
Sorry, front slash dot jpeg. Okay, like that you have to write other things also, dot jpg or png or JS or CSS, there might be other O file, then ICO file like that. Okay, just a minute. I sometimes forgot whether it is the front slash or the backslash. I mean, I got confused every time. I got confused every time whether it is the front or backslash.
Yeah, no issue, no issue.
Just a minute. Huh?
Sure.
Yeah, I think is the backward slash. I give it front slash. No issues. Okay, so we have to add this pattern thing here. We just need to copy and paste like that. Okay, once we have done it, I mean, then what will happen when we will start our recording part? You can see that all of the files or all of the URLs which are having these extensions will not be getting recorded in our script. Okay, so to view what are the requests that are going to be recorded in my script, or what are the response for those requests, you have to add a listener. You have to right click on the HTTPS test script recorder. You have to go to the add, go to listener, and then you have to add the view result tree. Are you able to see that view result tree?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you have to add the view result tree.
Mm.
Okay, and I'm going to save all of the result in a certain file. Okay, so I'm going to make a folder here. Just a minute. Are you familiar with what I'm doing? I mean, do you already know these things or you are new?
No, means actually I had long before I done that was also not very high level.
Okay. Oh, okay, okay.
Anyway,
So, let me know if you are having an issue to understand, okay, or if you need any clarification.
yeah, sure.
I'm going to store my every result, my all request and response in a .jtl file or in a CSV file. Okay, we are going to name it as a JTL file or CSV file.
JTL versus for this.
I mean the extension of the result file of Jmeter is JTL, and this entire plan, the entire script will be saved as a JMX. You have to save the entire test plan as JMX, Java Management Extension. Okay, you so these two things are also very important. the result file, you can either save it as a CSV or JTL, whatever you want, but the script has to be saved under JMX. The entire script has to be saved under JMX extension. Okay, and you have to go to the configure window here, and you have to select all of these options. Initially you can see this only certain options are selected, but you have to select all of these options. I will let you know in detail what are these options means, why it is important to select all of these options. Okay, later, not right now. For now I will, yeah, sure.
Just a minute. Where from you are keeping this box?
This one, okay. So you have to right click on the script recorder, go to listener and select add the view result tree. You can see the view result tree.
I mean, so where from you have clicked and that box came? Means
Oh, okay. Here, configure. You have to go to the configure part.
configure. Just a minute. Where?
Here you can
Just,
see, right? Configure.
just a minute. No, I can see your the box configure. It's okay. Right. Yeah. I see.
In here at the extreme right.
Yeah.
Okay. Why it is important to save the result in JMeter, I will let you know later. I mean, it's not required for in load runner, but it's required in JMeter to save all the response of your script. You there, Indrajit? Okay.
Yeah, I am
Okay.
there, sir.
Okay. So I have made some changes here. I will not go through it right now. I will explain you in detail later. For now, let's record one script. We have to click on the start button to start the recording.
Wait, 1 minute. Just wait.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, बेटा तुम ओवरे जाओ এখন মিটিং আছে বেটা ওভারে যাও বেটা ওভারে যাও চলো এবার তোমার কাছে ভাবি থেকে লাগবে Yeah, sorry to bother you, Amit. Hello.
Yeah. Indrajit,
Yeah,
just keep
sorry
one
for the
second.
interruption.
Yeah, just keep 1 second, please. No?
Sure.
Okay. Are you able to hear me, Indrajit?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, we have to click on the start button for the script to be recorded with Jmeter. Okay, I clicked on the start button here. Okay, now,
Your
sorry,
mouse is not your screen is not visible.
my screen is not visible.
Mm.
Are you able to see now?
Now it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, so we have to. Oh,
Yeah, please.
okay, so we have to. Okay, so we have to click on the start button here. Okay, to record the application. So I'm going to launch this particular application, newtours.demo.ut.com. This is just a test application to book any flight from anywhere. Okay,
Yes,
you
yes.
can.
QTP also the same. I've done it.
I mean, it's an application that all the like software engineers use for their
Yeah, yeah,
you know, personal taste. I know that. Okay,
yeah.
so you can see that whenever I hit the URL under
Mm-hmm.
thread group, you can see something has got recorded. Oh, I forgot to exclude .gif file. I have excluded JPEG, JPG, PNG, everything. I forgot to exclude GIF. Just give me 1 second. Huh? Let me stop the recording and add one more. I'm going to select this one. I'm going to save it. I'm going to start the recording again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to launch it again.
Yeah, please.
You can see now that only the main request have been added here. Okay, and this is also a secondary request. You can either keep it or you can either delete it, but the main request is this one. You can see uh, what are the fields here. One is the important field is the name. Name can be anything. It's can be your name also or my name also, it doesn't matter. It's the
Mm-hmm.
request name. Okay, it doesn't matter. The main important thing is the server name. You can see the server, the URL name has appeared over here, newtools.demoaut.com. So this is the server, the web server name for this application. In the subsequent request, you can see certain parameters are going to be passed here. Like I will let you know in the subsequent request also. Just let me first explain what are the important things in here that you need to change. First is this one, the folder icon. You can see it, right? The folder icon.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. This is a transaction. Okay. Whatever step, whatever action you are performing, you are launching any application, you are logging into the application, you are logging out, all these steps in performance testing concept are called as a transaction. Please be remember that. Please remember this one. Okay. Transaction means any step you are going to perform on your application, and we have to measure the response time of these transactions on. Okay. So you can change the name of this particular transaction. It has appeared over here, right? Transaction controller. Okay, you can change the name here. I'm giving it as launch file site. Okay, so under this particular transaction or under this step, we have only one important request, that is this one 23. The only this particular request when we are launching the web page. Okay, this one is not important. You can either delete it or you can either keep it. Now, second part is the HTTP header manager. When you are sending any request to the server, okay, like when you are hitting any web page or logging into the application, you are sending certain requests from the web browser or from your client to the servers, right? So with
Yeah.
those requests, certain header parameter is going to be passed with that particular request. There is a format of any HTTP request. First certain header, then the body part, and the last is certain footer, like that. Any HTTP request contains this format. So here also the same format is going to be passed from the client to the server. The header, then the body part, and then the footer. It's for now, it's not important whatever is here under the header manager. For few applications it's really important. So I will explain you in detail what are these fields later. For now, just view it as an audience like that. Okay. So we have only one important request here, that is this one. Second, second thing that I want to show you is the view result tree step. Okay, I have told you that our main important request is the 23. I'm going to disable this one. Here you can see certain important things. If you click on the 23 request, what you can see in the first tab called sampler result. First one is the thread name, which is blank as we are not running any test. Next one is the sample start. That means